Folks, we are live here from the Cobb Galleria in Atlanta, Georgia for the Southern Fried Gaming Expo Gran Turismo 7 finale. Brought to you by Red Bull and our partners over at Carolina Game Expo or Carolina Game Summit, excuse me, and Scorpio Next Gen. I am TNR Blade. Sitting next to me over here is Peme, one of our pro drivers who will be jumping in for the final a little later on today. But first up, we have 8 of our fastest amateur qualifiers will be going head-to-head in a 12-lap shootout at Road Atlanta. Fantastic track. Goodness, there goes my phone. Tell us what you think is going to happen, Peme.
Man, to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm excited to see. We've got after 3 days of qualifying, we've got some pretty good contenders coming up, so I think it's going to be a pretty tight race. We might see some wrecks. We're just going to have to see how it plays out. I mean, lap one's going to tell a lot of the story, so we'll see how lap one goes.
Certainly should be an interesting race, to say the least. Of course, like you just said, all these drivers all they've been doing all week is qualifying, so they've not had a chance to showcase their wheel-to-wheel skills.
Absolutely, and they've also been qualifying on a different track. So bringing them in today in Road Atlanta instead of the Red Bull Ring, I think it's going to change it's going to mix stuff up pretty good.
Arguably a far more challenging track as well. Of course, you have the S's running up from turn 1 down through to, I believe that's turn 6. Right at the very end. Then, of course, that long back straightaway into what should be the prime overtaking opportunity down into the final chicane.
I think that chicane's going to catch them out, a few of them out after the backstretch. We might see some action there as well. I'm thinking turn 1 and that last chicane is where we're going to see most of our action today. But we might be able to see some good action on that backstretch as well. I mean, if they're running close behind each other, draft will really come into play. So.
Hopefully so. Now, one of the things that has been plaguing our drivers all weekend has been track limits. Red Bull Ring notorious for being one of the worst ones for track limits, as Joe has been explaining. Greasy.
Yeah, Greasy knows.
Weekend. Road Atlanta, any little more about as challenging? Maybe a little less?
I'm gonna say it's a little bit more challenging, actually.
Really?
Just because, I mean, at the top of the hill, turn 3. If you don't get that right and you hop the curb too much, I mean, you're going to take a half-second, full-second penalty. Then it could obviously put you off the track as well and unstabilize your car. So, it's going to be. I think we're going to have a good show on our hands today for sure. I'm eager to see how it turns out.
Watching at home, give you a quick run through on track limits. Turn 3 to keep an eye out for a very wide curve which you can put all 4 tires onto that curve, but if you put any tire over onto the grass, you will be picking up time penalty. And then running out, as you can see through our mini map, right before that second straightaway here, coming down that corner leading on. Oh, yeah, that's can't. But you will note, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, that might be turn 7 now that I'm counting them. But either way, the corner out of the S's, also very important to watch out for track limits. Again, a very wide curb for these drivers to use, but if they go 2 tires off over the side of that white line, they could either be in the gravel or picking up yet another time penalty. And then, of course, they got to watch out how much they're cutting through the chicane as well. Another corner we've not talked about too much is actually that final corner. Very deceptive. Flat out, should be easy flat out in these vehicles, in these GTRs. But
take them flat out, but you have to take the correct line.
Absolutely.
If you take it inside too far, it's going to shove you out in the grass, and then who knows what's going to happen.
A very easy way to ruin your day. Hopefully, we'll be getting started in just a few moments. All of our amateurs getting seated at the moment. For those of you who are a regular here on the Scorpio Esports channel, you will possibly recognize VPRL Chip Reese. He is as qualified in as one of our amateur drivers. Always a common sight to see over on the VPRL. And then once we get a list of names, actually, I believe we do. And those are Discord names. I was hoping we could get actual names. I'll see if I can get a word in with James when he gets back up here.
We've got a few guys here that have they're iRacing guys, ACC guys.
Yeah.
They're really taking on Gran Turismo for the first time as well, and it's interesting to see how fast they actually have gotten in the last 2-3 days.
Absolutely.
I think Chip's gonna have some work cut out for him. All right, we're going to do a quick commercial break real quick, and then when we come back, we will have live action racing starting for you.
Real names, not Welcome back, folks. Back from commercial break. Moments away from our amateur semifinal. Top 4 drivers will transfer through into our Pro-Am final, where they will be once again for the final. There we go, folks. Race amateur semifinal about to be underway. And where's James with the button? Because I don't have spectate. This is great.
X.
No, he's kicked it X. Rolling start for the semifinal. Pole position followed by and jump. Who is that? Break for the first corner.
Oh, we got side-by-side action.
The pack chip has already won. This is
We're starting to single file out now. P4 is about to have a good penalty there. We might be 2-3 wide going into this next turn. Oh no.
Clobbering for traffic. None of these drivers have shown demonstrated their real skills just yet. This is all very new to them still. We got one back. That's the 58. That was our P2 runner. That was David.
David
has gone for a spin. Back up front, Chip running in the second place position now. See if he can chase down the leader.
2 seconds off of P1. About a 2-second gap.
Oh, very late on the brakes for the 61. That was Brett. Caught up to Clicks.
P2, P3.
Now gets him on the exit. Clicks will drop back. That's
got side by side.
Off further in the back. 62. That would be. That is after.
Pretty eventful lap 1. Oh no!
That is Clicks. Running blind, overshot turn 1.
Such a dangerous corner.
And that will be Nades picking up a half-second penalty. Just too tight on the track limits through there. Beard running. That is the last 4 transfer spots. So this is the battle we really need to watch. Once again, the top 4 drivers will be the ones transferring through to the final.
Have you got a? Who do you think is going to take this one home? Oh man!
Well, I was going to say, Beard looked like he was keeping it clean for the most part, and then he immediately ran wide. But he should be able to get Dates back here on exit.
This is about to be interesting going into this corkscrew chicane.
Nade's able to hold on to it. That half-second penalty not costing him too much. Here comes Beard.
Oh, good bump with the body.
He's going to push the pass.
And he's going to continue on.
He's not going to get.
Oh, man.
So comfortably now up to 4th place.
See if P5 can crawl back.
That is David closing back in. He was our P2 runner at the start, so he should be able to.
Behind him. Oh, with
he does. He picked up a penalty as well. That is the one of Brett is now closing in.
Brett's closing in for a PT.
He's also got
picked up a half-second.
Meanwhile, up front, 57 Hammy running away with it at the moment. Must be said.
He's making it look easy out there, Aaron.
No, making it look easy. Currently running 121.3. Laps so far earlier today. Pros practicing, looking at about an 18.5 for fastest laps. Yeah, unfortunately, folks, I'm aware the mic is cutting in and out. There's not really much about it at this time, unfortunately. Further, Chip in the wall. Chip had a horrible exit. Slams it into the inside wall under the bridge. Fortunately for him, no damage. Will continue on, but that is not going to help his efforts.
We'll see if he can gather himself and work back to that peak.
Again, all that matters for now is just transferring through to the final. Just making sure these drivers get paired up with a pro at some point. That is David, once again, catching up to Beard for the final transfer spot. Oh, Beard's going to go for a spin. He saved it somehow.
Wow.
Back up, lost it, lost the position. But now he's going to have to chase David back down. As Nades continues to close that back in. This battle for 4th or 5th realistically, already 16 seconds behind the leader who's already into the final chicane.
This could turn into a three-way battle for that 4th spot.
The charge here. Actually running faster lap times than Reese up ahead of him. as we have a yellow flag, not for Reese. Not sure who the yellow flag was for.
Those two.
Nades continuing to try to close in on Beard. 122.3. On that. Still closing in slightly, but not making the gains he realistically needs if he wants to transfer through.
I believe Chip might be about to lose his P3 spot. He's got
About a second and a half. Back to that is David, still closing
He's
in.
holding strong. Hopefully he doesn't pull a penalty there.
Gained about a tenth or so through that through the final corner of the S's, and another couple through. I believe that's 8.
About a good 2-second gap on P4. You got a 4-second gap.
Meanwhile,
4.5-second gap from P1 to P2.
Hammy has continued to run away for the time being. Now, like you say, with nearly a 4.5-second lead, Brett, right? That is
yes, Brett, P2.
Currently running P2, making great inroads. Chip still holding on to P3, but David has been slowly closing in little by little, or did close in a little bit through that final chicane. That seems to be Chip's weak point, is that final chicane.
Absolutely. I think
At the end of the lap.
as long as they can keep this on the track, we've got a pretty solid top 4 here.
Absolutely. Nearly a 5-second gap back to the 60, that is the number 6 machine of Nades, working his way through. The 59, that is...
That Beard picking up another half-second.
Beard with another half. And then off at the back, that is Clicks and Jokas having a bit of trouble with this new track to them. Halfway
Still
through
about
this
5
race
seconds.
now. Still a long way to go. Hammy continues to lead. Now a 5-second gap, growing about a half-second lead each lap over Brett.
So Chip's getting closed in.
Chip is getting caught up. That is Brett closing in.
Down to 1 second now.
That 2 machine is flying, using all the curb to his advantage. Will be very interesting to see, because I think he might actually be running I think he is actually running faster lap times than our leader, and he is.
I think he did have he spun coming out on the backstretch, that lap 1.
Yeah, he had that one mishap on the opening lap. Spun it on, coming onto the back straightaway through this corner here.
Really showing some fight. And he's within draft of Chip. Chip might be in trouble here. We'll see how that goes going to this chicane.
Hey, Chip doesn't if he's running the middle of the circuit. Here comes Brett looking for a move. Does he look to the inside? No, he's going to look to the outside. Chip defends into this final chicane. He will hold the position for now.
Good defense by Chip there.
Brett, though, with a run coming out of the chicane through the final corner now, still closing, easily flat out through that corner. Gaining all the way into turn 1, not really going to be able to make a move here. Makes it to the apex, though. Chip did not.
He's staying right with him.
Question is now, how much will dirty air start to affect him? Chip is a bit wide through the S's, though. This could hurt him. Not the line he's looking for. That's going to allow Brett to close in a little bit more. We are running oil status for these cars. Does not matter. We have a yellow flag out somewhere. I believe that is for one of the lap cars. 6
Well, we get another move here by Brett.
tenths to Chip.
Are they catching up to P2?
No, that is lap car. That is at this point. Yeah, that gap now 8 seconds up to P2.
As long as these top four can keep it on track, they put themselves in a pretty good situation here.
I apologize. I've been calling this guy Brett. This is David.
Oh, that's David.
This is David. I apologize. Brett is currently 5th, so he is currently running 2nd.
Brett's P2.
Brett is P2. David is P4 right now. I apologize. My mistake.
He's locked in right with him. What if he's trying to get a break on Chip and see if he can make a move somewhere? Wait on Chip to make a mistake. See if
The lap car is going to run wide here. Will that affect Chip? No. He will stay wide. Good. Very good sportsmanship to stay out of the leader's way.
Now, one thing I've not thought about very much, but as you can see,
Chip is very wide there.
Oh, man.
Big gains for David. Big gains for David. This is the closest he's been onto the back straightaway. He didn't have to run. He got held up by Chip on the apex.
One thing I've noticed, I've been paying attention to in the bottom left of your screen, where is adding up every lap.
Shouldn't matter too much as we are now 3/4 of the way into this race. Should very easily make it to the end for all of these cars. Chip again wide.
David's getting a good run out of there.
And he does. Closing in. Can
Will
he
he make
get
a move
close
into
enough?
turn one?
Not a typical overtaking spot on this track. Not in these
Closing
cars.
in.
He's there.
I don't think he's going to do it.
No, there's not a big enough braking zone to make a move happen just yet.
Man, what a battle for P3 here.
Not that this is necessarily going to matter for the transfer spot. They are well ahead of 5th place. Both of these drivers should transfer through to the final. Oh, but he picks up.
David picks up a half second. Oh, Chip pick up a half.
Both of them have picked up a penalty. That's how you know they're pushing. They are starting to pick up penalties.
And maybe that front tire wear is coming into play a little bit. They're not able to turn as much as they were at the start of the race.
With the run, 3/10 exact, under 3, 2.5 tenths. Both drivers deserve the penalty.
David's going to go over the inside. Can Chip bring him down? He's going to do it.
Oh, wait, he broke himself.
Chip's going to take a easy route out.
I was going to say, did Chip break too early, or did David break?
There.
That will do it.
We'll see if he can.
But he's got to gain a second a lap right now. And given Chip's lap time so far, I think he has the pace to do it.
It's going to be a battle. He's got to clean those tires off.
Chip was wide again through the S's. Half a second already. Oh, that's
Wide again. David's getting a good run through there.
Did he not get a penalty for that? I am amazed he's not picking up a penalty for running 2 tires that far off the grass.
David coming from off the track back to within half a second. And Chip is off. Chip, look. Oh, man.
Running wide. He will fall back to 4. Still 13 seconds back to, that is Nades in this number 6 machine.
Just 10 seconds now. And David's pulled a 2.5 second lead on Chip here.
Only 1 lap to go. It is Hammy out in front with a 5-second lead. Brett closed in a bit over the past couple of laps. He's actually past the top of the race at 19.5. That's not bad. Closing in all the time. David still looking to break away from Chip. Chip just looking to hang on. He cannot afford to make any more mistakes.
That left front looking real.
Yeah, Chip actually
Chip's
worse
left
tire
front.
wear.
Well, that he's definitely doing something. He a lot.
I think he's turning in too much with the wheel. He's, on a corner where you really only need about 45 degrees of rotation, he's probably putting about 90 into it.
You know, I mean, it's a lot different from his home rig. I'm sure he's dealing with
Only
some
9
struggles.
seconds the gap. Nades is closing. But will it be enough? Chip just needs to keep it on the road.
P1's across the line.
Hammy will win it. The semifinal.
Brett with the P2.
Brett crosses the line P2. David will exit the final chicane, bring it down through the final corner for P3. Chip should be able to hold on for P4, and that will be our 4 amateurs going through to the final. It was a very impressive drive to start closing that gap back down from Nades, but unfortunately that will do it for him. As we actually have a bit of a battle for 6th here.
That's between Beard and I'm not sure.
Beard and Clicks.
Well, Clicks can go get a run.
Oh, Beard's going to lose the back end. He will lose 6th.
So Clicks coming in 6th. Beard rounding out
6th. Beard will bring it home 7th. And that will do it for the semifinal.
Great race. Man, that was a lot of action there.
The results.
I'm really impressed with Brett and David fighting back to their accidents.
All right. Results to come through. Hammy, fastest lap of 19.8. That is Brett.
Purple.
Brett with the actual fastest lap of a 19.5. A very impressive result. With the final running on the same track, obviously you're one of our pros who will get paired up with one of these drivers. I can only assume who you would prefer to be paired up with.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Are they gonna do another race or taking those 4?
If we are doing a second semifinal race, I have not told so.
So it looks like we might go right into pro race. What's your schedule?
I don't know what you're saying. You got it. Commercial break.
All right, we're going to head into a commercial break, and we will be right back with some more action coming to you live. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, folks, welcome back once again. Hopefully the mics are going to work a little bit better for us. Reverse grid, race 2 of the semifinals, as I've just been told. So reverse grid, we will have inverted order of the race results from first race, and then best average finishing, top 4 best average finish. Finishing drivers will advance on to the line.
And we're going to get underway here. Right on into it.
Hopefully Mike's working. And we're still rolling. Awesome. Well, evidently doesn't make a difference. Well, let's start once again.
So we're going to have, who is that, Beard in last, or first now?
That is
Jokus.
Followed by Beard in second.
I think we might see some action right here into turn 1. If not, when we top the hill.
Right for the corner this time. Here.
Having these slower drivers up front is really going to change things up. Chip running wide already, battling with that dirty air.
David already trying to get up to the fifth.
Oh man, we've got a big crash.
That was Jokus who's on first spin. And that is 59. That is Beer again.
And he spun it.
Side by side further up to 62 and 61.
Chip up into P2. We're about to have a 5-way battle going into this chicane.
Side by side, 57 closing in.
He takes the inside. Smooth braking. Got a pretty tight race here. Fighting for P1. 5 or 6 deep. Keeping it pretty clean.
Clean. And you gotta be careful of the track limits.
Penalty for P1 there. Oh, he holds off.
It's not, but he's lost 8 tenths. Yes, it's alone. Here comes Chip.
Chip out of the line. Chip might get past right here.
And he is. Here comes the 61. That is Brett making the move.
Brett and David showing really strong driving skills here today.
Brett now will set his sights.
Chip running deep.
Chip
might be all back.
wide. Here comes the 62. Nade's looking to make the move as well. He was catching him at the end of the first race. Now he's right up on the tail. Tucked up under that rear wing. Does he look to make the move? Does he look to the inside late? No, he's going to sit in line. I thought for a moment he would have missed the braking zone there. He didn't.
Got a battle for P1.
60.
That's Brett.
Flex holding on to it for now. Here comes Brett with the run.
Brett running.
Only at 10 feet.
Will he take the inside?
Rather smartly, it must be said. Not an overtaking opportunity.
Any of these top 6 drivers can finish P1 here. I mean, this is pretty close action.
Where is he going?
Chip's struggling today on his different setup. He had a good turn there. Good turn. Chip. Where will we see Brett take the move? He's going to have a real good exit here. Chip now within a second of the front two. Brad takes the move on the outside.
He's going to go to the outside here.
Will he be able to hold it off? Sure enough. And Chip's going to sneak in. We might see Brett run away with one P1 here. Brett getting loose. No, that's not Brett. Brett's in the lead. That was Clexico. Oh, man. Chip going to the inside. Chip. He's closing in quick. Chip's going to choose the outside. Well, we see a late break from Chip here.
He's got him.
Clay's not going to pull him out.
Flex with the crossover. He's going to try it coming down into the chicane, but he's very narrow.
What a move.
A very narrow line. Can he make it stick? No, he's off. Chip now down into the top 5. He might get eliminated. Chip has got to do something. He will get eliminated. Remember, he finished in 4th. If he finishes 5th here, he will be dropped. Especially with Flex still in 2nd.
And we're not even halfway through yet. Oh no, P4's off. Man, such a strong show in this race.
Hopefully this is better. I'm quite literally beating the mic.
We've got Hammy and David here. Hammy and David battling for that P2 spot.
Hammy now through 2nd place. Folks, tell us if the mics are getting better, please. That would be great help to us. 6 seconds to gap. Brett out in front. Like we saw, like ends up a half-second penalty. If David can stick close enough, he might pick him up.
It's going to be a run. He's going to definitely have a run. Take it up a few notches.
I hope that's what that fixed, but
we're gonna see.
We are aware, and I apologize for. If you want to just lean in, I'm gonna borrow your mic. I apologize for the sound issues, folks. We're gonna hopefully try to get it fixed if you can hear me. So.
58. David sneaking up to the back of Hammy here. Good deal. How's Chip holding up back there at P4? He's got somebody closing in 2 seconds. That'd be Nades. Will we see Nades put the pressure on Chip here towards the end?
Oh, sorry, wait a minute. This was the one who finished last time out. I apologize. Nades is the one who needs to get past. He wants any shot at making it through to the final. If Chip can get past, or if Nades can get past Chip, it will come down to who had the fastest lap.
It's going to be an interesting finish for sure.
Seconds, though, the gap is grown. Well, only halfway through this race. Chip has to be careful. Okay, so they can hear you, but not me. This is great.
All right, well, we've got Brett running away with it here in P1.
Take it.
We got a pretty close battle between P2, P3, P4, P5. Pretty good spread across the field right now. Who's got fastest lap right now? That'll be P1. It's Brett. Brett handling his own pretty well today. Brett and David both showing some pretty good racing prowess. Chip now pulling that up. Chip pulling that up to P. 3 seconds now. We'll switch you up here. Sorry for the mic interference, guys. We've had some problems all weekend. I haven't been able to get it figured out, but Brett now 7 ahead at P2. 3 second gap between P2, P3. About a 3.5 between P3, P4. Same thing, P4, P5. After that, it drops off pretty well. Tire wear looking pretty even across the board. Can Chip hold on? I think that'll be the story for this race. Because that is Nades in P5. If Nades passes Chip, I believe he will advance and knock Chip out, or it will come down to whoever had the fastest lap between the two. So Chip really needs to run a pretty clean race here these last 3 laps. And we've got Chip picking up a penalty. And Nades now within 2.5 seconds. I think that might pull him in within a 1.5 seconds. Oh no, Nades runs wide. That's going to be bad. Chip catching a break there. Let's see what we gain here from Nades. So he's going to bring it down probably about 2.5 seconds to Chip. Got some Chip fans in the chat. Chip bringing that lead back up to 3 seconds now. He's got a pretty comfortable lead. 3 laps to go here. Brett showing strong skills today. Now with a 19.5. He's running a 119.5. Also, Hammy here. Hammy's showing a 19.5 as well. He is, what was that, 8/10? 7 thousandths off of Brett's time. And David's now actually closing up to Hammy. Chip keeping that 3.5 gap to P5. think we're going to see David make a run for P2 here. Yeah, that's his best lap he's put in so far. Oh my goodness, Chip has made another mistake. It's going to come down to fastest lap if Nates can hold his own here these last 2 laps. David now within 1.3 to P2. Will we see Hammy fall under the pressure? David's really putting it on him. Chip back a 1.5 seconds back now. Chip's gonna have to show some strength here. And Nate's showing 0.7 faster, so if Chip don't get around him, it's looking like Nate's is gonna advance. Chip might be eliminated. Hammy holding his own here, P2 for the last lap. Brett keeping a good gap here to P2. I think he's got this solidified. Chip now 2.5 seconds back. If Nates holds his own here, he's probably going to advance. That's hard to hear for Chip. We got some blue flags coming up here for P2. He's gonna good sportsmanship there. Good sportsmanship there. Chip now back 3 seconds. I think it's a good night for Chip. That's unfortunate. Strong showing from Nades. That's Brad picking up a penalty. I think he's way too far out to lose his P1 position though. Strong race from him. And if Nates can hold his own, he's going to knock Chip out. So there it goes. Brett P1. Hammy coming in a strong P2. Followed by David P3. Nate's throwing a strong P4. Oh no, Chip falling again. Hopefully that wasn't interference with the lap driver, but Chip's finishing strong. Ah man, that's so unfortunate. Chip's knocked out. Beard coming in P6. And Klexico holding strong the first half of the race and just succumbing to his own mistakes, I believe. All right. So it's looking like our top 4 going to be Brett, David, Hammy, and Nate. Strong showing from those 4. Brett pulling in a 119.533 for his fastest lap. That's really consistent with his last race. Him and Hammy showing real close lap times. Everyone else is about half a second behind these guys. Let me take a screenshot here. All right. So that's going to round out both of our AM races. We're going to go to maybe a little bit longer commercial break to get the final races set up, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Paymay, and Aaron will be back with you.
So I often get a lot of questions from parents like, what is esports, right? And so Often my response is, at one point in time, many of us were actually esports competitors. So esports is just competitive video gaming. We are in our second year of our esports team here at Barton College. This year we have over 35 students competing on our team in a wide range of games. So we are first competing in League of Legends, Fortnite, Madden, NBA 2K, and Smash. And so we compete in those games in multiple different organizations, but the primary one is the National Association of Collegiate Esports, which is NACE, and that's kind of like the NCAA of esports. Yeah, so our esports arena, it's a state-of-the-art arena. We have 35 different spaces where we have PCs as well as consoles. We're very fortunate to have Greenlight come in with the internet, and so we have a dedicated internet downstairs here in the arena. Super functional. Students, when they come here, they get their own station that they can game on. So within NACE, the National Association of Collegiate Esports, we actually play against the largest colleges in the country. So last year we were playing games against Duke, Alabama, you name it. So as a small school, it's kind of fun where we can go on and take on some of the larger schools, and we've had some good success with that as well. We have students from all different walks and ranges of life. They come in from all over the world. They're very different, especially in the games that they play and the skill sets that they bring in too. Really anyone who's interested in gaming really has a passion for it is who we're looking for and who we actively recruit to receive our scholarships for our team. Our scholarship opportunities are super competitive with other teams across the country. If we see athletes that we really want to bring in, they'll typically be able to get scholarship by us as we go through. So we make sure that we're competitive because we really want to be one of the best teams in the country as we're going through and as we're emerging through as a leader in the space. Anyone who's interested in the team and join our team, all you need to go to is bartonesports.com. On that website, you'll see an Apply Now button that you can just go through and fill out our application. And that will indicate to me that you're interested in our team. And then shortly thereafter, one of our staff members will be in contact with you. So we're really big on social media. So we're obviously in on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, some of our big ones. The world has changed quite a bit, the digital acceleration that we're seeing. And so it's a really exciting time. And yeah, make sure that you come in and look at our space. You can come in and tour it. We're happy to have you here and to see what we have to offer.
Folks, it all comes down to this. Welcome back to the Cobb Galleria finals for the Gran Turismo 7 tournament sponsored by Red Bull. We are moments away from beginning qualifying here. Our four pro drivers each paired up with one of our qualifying finalists, where we will see which of the pairs gets the best average finish over the course of these upcoming two races, and should be a very interesting show from there. To run through the pairs very quickly just before we get qualifying going, Nades, who is now on the driving the number 2 car, the number 58 rig, has been paired up with Risky, that is D. Vandel. Brett in the number 62 rig, car number 6, has been paired up with Greasy. David in the number 63, or in the 63 rig, number 7 machine, has been paired up with Payme. And then Hammy, it's still in the 57 rig, car number 1, has been paired with Scorpio Lester. Qualifying is underway, and we will be able to go spectate the grid in just a few seconds. Hopefully, the microphone is still working. If anyone in chat would like to give me an indication of such, I would greatly appreciate it. But with that said, I believe it's a 10 or 15 minute qualifying, and we will be underway. Lester, or no, that is Payme, leads them out on the... Let's see, there goes the flag. So pro drivers now all logged into their accounts. Audio sounds great. Fan-frickin-tastic. Pros are now all logged into their accounts, so you'll be able to see them a little easier. And then, just as a reminder to everyone at home, it is Hammy in the 57 on the 57. You will see over on your left-hand side of the screen. Hammy, like I said, the 57. Nades in the 58. Brett in the 62, and David in the 63 are our final 4 qualifiers. All right, fantastic to see that the mic does seem to be working for the time being. Hopefully we don't run out of battery, because that's the other concern at this time. All the drivers out on their outlaps for the moment. Let's see if we can ride on board with Payme here. Once again, pros looking to set somewhere in the mid 118s for their best laps. We did see the amateurs were getting down into the 19s during the race, though of course track conditions much different now, as we have the sun rising here over Road Atlanta. And race 2 will be an inverted grid taking place at the Red Bull Ring, track that all of our drivers have been very familiar with, having practiced on a lot over the past week. Payme now making his way down the back straightaway, leading the field on this 10-minute qualifier. We'll wait to see what this opening lap is for him. Keeping it in 5th gear on his way down into the final chicane. Dropping a couple tires into the grass either side of the apex, bringing it down now through the final corner. Opening lap time is going to be a 1:18.84. Good opening lap for him. That is Risky. Goes even faster at a 1:18.7. New fastest lap. Lester will slot in at a 1:19.0. Greasy at a 1:19.3. Amateurs over the line. This is David with a 1:20.2. Then Hammy with a 1:20.3. That is in the 58. Nades with a 1:20.8. And then rounding it out, that is Brett with a 1:21.2 will close out the field for the time being. Greasy returns to the pit lane for a fresh set of tires. Get some fresh boots on his car. We will run on board with Risky as he makes his way down the back straightaway now, looking to improve on his lap time. It was a good lap already to be it was a very good banker lap already. Already 2.5 tenths down on that previous lap. Set himself up for a good next lap. Payme goes fastest now, takes pole position away at an 18.5. Very much on the pace for what we've seen as some of the top times, using all that apex curve through turn 3, sliding his way down through the S's. Can anyone get close to that 18.5? Payme already another 10th up or so. On track for an 18.4. Oh, very wide coming into the corner, coming through, I believe that to be turn 9 onto the back straightaway. It might cost him a little. We'll see what the sector split says halfway down this back straightaway. Approaching the split now. What's gonna be? And he did lose a couple tenths because of that slide. Got out a little wide. We're right on board with Vandell. No, sorry, it was only a 5-minute qualifier. 5-minute qualifier. My apologies. I did not notice. Payme will not improve on his lap time. Press the line now. Can Risky improve? He does, but not enough. He will hold on to second. Lester crosses the line now. Will also hold on to P3. Top 3 all within a few tenths. Greasy making his way down the back straightaway. Of course, we saw him. He peeled off into the pits. Tires on that car. Will that make a difference? For the final couple of corners now. Greasy charging to the line. What will it be? A 19.4. Does not improve, and that will be it for qualifying. It is Brett has managed to slot himself into P5. So Brett and Greasy, the two drivers paired up next to each other, will start nose to tail. Nades will round out the grid in 8th. Paired up with Risky, who is starting second. Payme, his teammate David in the 63 will start 7th. So all very spread out between them. This should be very close in terms of the points between all of these drivers. That will do it for qualifying, and now we will get the race underway in just a few moments' time. Start it. All right, we are all right. 24 laps ahead of us for the first of 2 races in this final. Tire wear might be something to keep an eye out for all of these drivers, though I would expect them to be able to go the full distance, given the fact that most of the drivers in the semifinal were not getting to half tire wear. So pit stops shouldn't be needed, but they are there just in case. Rolling start, Lester will lead the grid, or Payme, excuse me, will lead the grid to the green flag as they round the final corner. And green flag is out. We are underway here at Road Atlanta for the first of 2 final rounds, or first of 2 races in this final round. Payme leading them off into turn 1. Everyone looking through cleanly, all the pros through clean at least, as are the amateurs as they charge up to turn 3. Payme still holding onto the lead. Lester coming under a little bit of fire from Greasy. All the amateurs actually keeping it on the road. A little bit of a snap. That is Nades in the back. Looking further up the grid, Greasy. Oh, Risky goes for a spin. A horrible step for him. That will drop him down to the back of the grid. Not a good start for both him and Nades now. Both that driver pairing now dead last. David rounding out the grid, or rounding out the drivers, leading this train. Payme, his teammate, up front, still leading the way. The three remaining pros up front still pretty evenly spread out for the time being. Greasy a little bit closer to Lester. And it is Brett who leads Hammy for the amateurs as they make their way down through the final corner to start the opening lap. Looking around to see if there's any battles out on track. Doesn't look like it. Closest pair on track for the time being is Hammy attacking Brett. Trying to close in. Only 3/10 back, actually taking a fairly decent line. Greasy had an issue. He's picked up a half-second time penalty as he's actually coming under fire from the amateurs. Brett now making moves, slotting himself, making a legitimate overtake on one of the pros. Very impressive pace out of him. Greasy will hold on to 4th place, though he will have to serve that half-second penalty. It might drop him down to 6th. He pulls off to the side to serve his penalty. He will now try to start accelerating back up to speed. Here comes David, looking to make the move, and does so. David now through up into 5th place. Payme still leading. Only 2 of our pros up front, and it is both of the Scorpion esports drivers. Payme, fastest lap, 1:18.4. Or no, sorry, should be an 18.4. I'm not sure why. No, it was an 18.8. I don't... Anyway. That is Brett still leading the way for the amateurs. Now up onto the podium. If he and Greasy, or if Greasy can start making some headway, they are looking very good for points at the time, for the moment. As Hammy dropping back a little bit now. Of course, he got held up pretty big time as Greasy slotted himself into that 5th place position. As we have Risky now also back up into 6th. The 63, that is David now down into 7th. So Payme really needing to pull the weight for that driver pairing. Still a long way to go, only an eighth of the way through this opening race. As we look further up the grid, we have the 2 pros going at it, Greasy and Risky. Going at it, Greasy with the run, looks up the inside into turn 1. He will make the move happen. Got up alongside. Here comes Greasy, thinking about the crossover. Can he stick it up the inside into turn 3? No. He will keep it in line. We'll follow Risky down through the S's, trying to make gains back on the 2 amateurs back in front, see if they can maybe catch up to Payme and Lester. Oh, Greasy with a big step, though. That'll probably be a time penalty for him coming his way in just a few seconds. Or not, because he lost a lot of time doing so the game did not hand him one. Apologies for the water bottle crinkling. That is the 63, David, now up on the back bumper of Greasy, looking to the outside to make the move. Going to have to be a late braking move if he wants to make it stick. Under the brakes, Greasy fighting back, holding that defensive line, and will hold on to P6 for now. Further up the grid, Risky closing back in on the 2 amateurs. I say amateurs, they are running some seriously impressive lap times right now. Okay, where does Risky make the move happen? Gotta be careful about track limits, especially through that turn 3. Four-tenths. Run, he's gonna be closing in, but because Hammy's also got a bit of slipstream, it might not be as strong of a run as he would have wanted. Hammy closing in as well on the back bumper. Oh, big time for the chicane. Great himself. Might have gotten into the back of Hammy. Backs out of it. Gives him the space. Very sporting. But you can see his lap times. He has the pace on the 18s. He can't do it right now. Stuck up behind these amateur drivers. Brett now starting to run away. Going to be very curious to see who's actually got the best situation for points right now. Lester running second, Hammy running fourth. Should still perfect gap to or any of these pro drivers. Equipment that they've really only looks like, unfortunately, not much we can do about it. Hammy under attack from Risky, who looks to the inside. Risky with the run, has got the quarter panel in. Can he make it happen under the brakes? Risky has all the work to do again. They were closing in on ahead of them. Not anymore, they're not. Risky looks like the gonna wait for the back straightaway, gonna try to set up a run again. Gets it this time. And we'll close back in under 3/10 once more. Can he make the move stick this time? But Hammy still in the slipstream of Brett out in front. Risky. Looks to the inside, backs out of it. Hammy, can he get it? Stop just in time. Yes, he does. Further in the back. 6th through 8th, all fairly evenly spread out for the moment. Roughly 5 seconds back from Risky, who's gotten to the outside of Hammy, who's defending pretty decent. Oh, contact made again. Hammy pushing him. Risky is not going to be happy. Those moves. It's life to hold on to. Any of the audio engineering stuff, so I got to pick my guy down. Trying to sort this out. Hope it stays fixed. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Back to the action. Risky. Still about half a second back from Hammy, who has closed in by a half a second on Brett. Oh my, I gotta just stop saying stuff. I gotta stop talking about the mic quality. Unfortunately, Chris, I don't have another headset to swap out of. It's just this flimsy mic. Risky closing back in. Good run coming. Here comes Hammy now looking for third. He had a great run coming through the final corner. Brett try to hold on. They're going to be Brett and Risky going to be side by side coming into turn 3. Brett, oh, contact is made. Brett able to hold on to it. Risky gave him the space. Trying to hold on to it. And will slot in line in 4th place. Okay, here comes Brett. Making the move again, or is Risky giving him the spot back, I wonder? No, he is not. Brett did have a genuine run coming down into that double left-hand corner. Now back onto the back straightaway. Risky got a lot of ground to make up if he wants that 3rd spot again. Not even halfway through this race, and we've seen quite a lot of argy-bargy. And that's allowed this further backpack of Greasy, and that is the 63 of Paymay, or no, David, sorry. Paymay's teammate. They're starting to close back in on this battle with how much they've been squabbling. Brett a little bit wide through that final chicane, I think. Probably what got the best of him on the previous lap. Brett looking to get back up onto the podium spot if he can. I don't think it's going to happen, though. He's just got to do damage limitation for the time being. Point situation still very interesting. Risky running in 4th, his teammate Nades rounding out the field. Then it is Brett in 5th. His teammate directly behind. Then you have David and Paymay, that pairing, running 1st and 7th. Leaving our final pairing of Hammy and Lester, 2nd and 4th. A great result for them. Setting themselves up with a... no, sorry, they are 2nd and 3rd. My apologies. 2nd and 3rd in the standings. They are looking very well set for points heading into the 2nd of 2 final races. Hammy doing everything he can to hold on to that podium. He knows his teammate is doing everything he needs to up front. That 2nd place is still very much good enough. Oh, but he has his wiggle coming out of the S's. Here comes Risky on his outside. Can he fight back? No, he will slot back in line behind the pro driver. Can he set himself up for a run down the back straightaway? He might be able to. In the slipstream, he does have a run. He is catching. Slipstream in effect. Can Hammy make a move? Can he get Risky back? Going to close in. Risky goes defensive into the final corner. Holds him to the right line. All about the exit here. No, he will slot back in line, and he will have to settle for 4th place for now. Still a great spot for him regarding the points. Greasy, currently out on his own in 5th for the moment. Little bit of a battle going on. That is Nades and David going at it for 6th place, as that is the 62. That is Brett, interestingly, taking tires halfway through this race. I wasn't expecting to see pit stops today, but hey, oh, there's one. Is now, that is Nades will try to chase down David in the 63 rig, that number 7 machine. Meanwhile, back up toward the front. Still only a second between Hammy and Greasy. Or not Greasy, sorry, that is Risky. I'd focus in on the battle for the lead for the moment, but as you might be able to tell, Pame, with an 8-second lead, hasn't made a mistake all day, running very consistently in the low 119s for the moment. Running healthily out in front. Lester also running fairly consistent. A small time penalty on that. Also running, now that he's cleared the traffic now, running consistently in the 19s. Although he has definitely burned up his tires trying to get through the pack. Hammy still doing an excellent job running in that 4th place. Consistently one lap at the night, a couple laps at the night, excuse me. Great pace out of him. Greasy still trying to close back in. He should be closing in, I believe, on Hammy. Didn't do so on the previous lap, though, I don't think. No, he has. He has been closing in. And then further back, about a second between, this is Nades and David. Risky now slowly starting to pull away from Hammy. As actually, we're going to try focusing in on this brewing battle for 4th, as Greasy, running 4th of the pro drivers, looks to close his way back in. Closing rapidly through the S's. Very good through there now. Didn't have the exit out of the S's, though, that he probably would have wanted, though. Actually lost quite a bit of time through there. Hammy didn't pick up a penalty. That wasn't running wide. That's just genuine. He is that much better through that corner out of the S's. That said, Greasy still slowly closing in. Just about 3 seconds the gap now from 5th to 4th. Greasy looking to close in ever so slightly. Just past halfway through this first of 2 final races. Crosses the line. That was a 1:19.5 to Hammy's 1:20. So about half a second. About equal through turn 1 there. But Greasy a lot better through turn 3, it looks like. Down through the S's, continuing to close in a bit. As long as he can hold together this corner here, he should be able to close in at a really rapid rate. All right, lost a couple tenths there that time, but definitely better than his previous lap. Back up to a 2.6. Should be able to close to a 2.5 on exit here, and does. Closing in all the time. It is still Lester and Hammy with the best average result so far. As long as Hammy can hold on to that spot, he will put himself up with a pretty decent buffer for the final race. As actually we have further back, that is David. David there. So an even bigger buffer now as Payne continues to lead. It's his teammate, David. A very tightly pretty much running pretty much inverse of the run that the pros are. But of course, because Hammy is ahead of Greasy, that has allowed him to build a little bit of a cushion. .2 the gap. It builds up to 1.4. Coming back down now. David with a much better run. We'll keep an eye on the mini-map to see if Greasy can catch Hammy. But for now, we will stick with this battle as it is the closest on track. David closing in big time over the course of this lap. Gained probably about a second over the course of this one. Closes right back up to the rear wing of Nades in that number 2 car. Question now is, how will they race? We've seen Hammy get a little argy-bargy with the door panels. See if it's the same deal between these two. Closing in all the time. Oh, but he runs wide. David with a horrible exit through the S's. Dropped he's a second down on his best time through there. Just an unfortunate corner for him, and now he's got all that work to do again. So, back up to this battle for 4th. Greasy trying to close the gap. 6 tenths, all that separates them, with just 6 laps to go at the line. Hammy will be looking to hold on to it. He had his slide on. Oh, this will allow Greasy with a run. Does he look to the inside here? He does. Not a lot of room between the drivers. Kept it on the track for both of them. Greasy will slot back in line. Not going to be able to make the overtake happen. Can't capitalize on the bit of a slide from Hammy. Uses a lot of the curb through turn 3. That's one thing Hammy isn't. But Greasy's got to be careful. Clement's running that close to the grass. Hammy wide again. Coming out of the S's. Greasy potentially with a run. But only thanks to Slipstream. Looking for a place to make a move happen. Hammy doing a great job battling defensively. Again with a little wiggle out of the final corner. How are his tires looking? They're dead even between the two of them. Greasy now will have the inside coming into the hairpin, or into the chicane, excuse me. Little bit of contact. Hammy trying to force him to the inside. Some interesting defensive tactics by Hammy. I can't imagine the stewards won't be having something to say to him after the race. Greasy now looking for a crossover, set himself up in turn 3, just not able to make it happen. Hammy once again setting his car up very nicely for through turn 1 and into turn 3. Doesn't have the outright pace, but he's playing a brilliant defensive game, but he's wide again. Yes. Track limit. A penalty now would absolutely punish. Really setting up a great run. And pulling away slightly. Gracie only now able to get the benefit of the slipstream, closing back in. And next time at the line, it should be 4 laps to go. Hammy going defensive, brings it back to the racing line. Greasy doing a great job to not make too much impact throughout this battle. So he'll look to try to set up the run again out of the final corner. Closing in, 2/10 back, but realistically, you got to be alongside him coming into turn 1 if you're going to think about a pass. Can he attempt the crossover here? Hammy leaving the door open just a bit. But no, he will cover it off. Greasy going to try wrapping outside at turn 3? No way he makes that work. Oh my goodness, he did it. Greasy around the outside at 3. Can he hold on to it though? He will. What an impressive. Oh, but he slides it on exit. Closes the door on Hammy hard. Oh, that might have been 2 moves though. Once again, race control. Where are you? Get a grip on your drivers. Yeah, playing a little bit naughty. Yes, so for those of you just joining us, we are broadcasting live from the Cobb Galleria in Atlanta, Georgia. If you can't tell from behind me. Hammy looking to make a move back on Greasy. Not going to happen, I think. I think he's going to have to settle in for P5. So it will be pros top 4 with the amateurs rounding up in the top 5. Payme will lead the way, or continue to lead the way with a pretty sizable gap. Yeah, now 16 and a half seconds out front. A great result for him. But his teammate, David, running 6th at the moment. Lester running 2nd. His teammate Hammy running 5th at the moment. So now the question is, how does the point situation fall? Because Payme is ahead of Lester, but Hammy is ahead of David. So very interesting to see what the gaps of points will be following the conclusion of this first of 2 rounds in the final. Should be a very interesting points battle. Risky looking to actually start to close back on Lester. Can he make the move? He's moving rapidly on Lester. This might not be over yet. The gap, 2 laps. Oh. I think it's closing in at a 2.5 a lap, though. Greasy now comfortably up into 4th, so as long as he doesn't make a mistake, he should be able to hold on to that spot. Hammy, again, with a very impressive opening drive to hold on to the top 5. Highest of the amateurs. Actually clocked in quite a bit there. Greasy got a horrible exit out of the S's. Basically out of water. It's coming back. Eight tenths. It's back. Final lap for these drivers. It'll take a miracle, I think, but it is possible. Meanwhile, Risky closing in on Lester, just not enough in it. Oh, but his tires are really going off though. Wow, he's used up his left front a treat. Greasy, gotta be careful though. Hammy is right there. Affects it. Actually, what? He's got it straight. Stay on board with this battle. Risky. Sixth. That is Nate. Will finish 7th, and then round out the field eventually in 8th. Holy mackerel! This is going to be an incredible finale. One race still to go. As a reminder, it is the best average combined finish of the driver pairings. With that said, between the pairing of and Lester and Hammy. Very exciting. Don't go there. Coming to you in just a few moments.
So I often get a lot of questions from parents like, what is esports, right? And so often my response is, at one point in time, many of us were actually esports competitors. So esports is just competitive video gaming. We are in our second year of our esports team here at Barton College. This year we have over 35 students competing on our team in a wide range of games. So we are first competing in League of Legends, Fortnite, Madden, NBA 2K, and Smash. And so we compete in those games in multiple different organizations, but the primary one is the National Association of Collegiate Esports, which is NACE, and that's kind of like the NCAA of esports. Yeah, so our esports arena, it's a state-of-the-art arena. We have 35 different spaces where we have PCs as well as consoles. We're very fortunate to have Greenlight come in with the internet, and so we have a dedicated internet downstairs here in the arena. Super functional. Students, when they come here, they get their own station that they can game on. So within NACE, the National Association of Collegiate Esports, we actually play against the largest colleges in the country. So last year we were playing games against Duke, Alabama, you name it. So as a small school, it's kind of fun where we can go on and take on some of the larger schools, and we've had some good success with that as well. We have students from all different walks and ranges of life that come in from all over the world. They're very different, especially in the games that they play and the skill sets that they bring in too. Really anyone who's interested in gaming, really has a passion for it is who we're looking for and who we actively recruit to receive our scholarships for our team. Our scholarship opportunities are super competitive with other teams across the country. If we see athletes that we really want to bring in, they'll typically be able to get scholarship by us as we go through. So we make sure that we're competitive because we really want to be one of the best teams in the country as we're going through and as we're emerging through as a leader in the space. Anyone who's interested in the team and join our team, all you need to go to is bartonesports.com. On that website, you'll see an Apply Now button that you can just go through and fill out our application. And that will indicate to me that you're interested in our team. And then shortly thereafter, one of our staff members will be in contact with you. So we're really big on social media. So we're obviously in on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are some of our big ones. The world has changed quite a bit, the digital acceleration that we're seeing. And so it's a really exciting time. And yeah, make sure that you come in and look at our space. You can come in and tour it. We're happy to have you here and to see what we have to offer.
Well, folks, I guess that's going to do it. Second race has been scrapped. That is our final results. David and Payme take home the victory with their combined first and sixth place finishes. Lester and Hammy will come home second with their second and fifth. And Risky and Nades will round out our podium with their third and seventh. That will do it from here in Atlanta, I guess. Apologies for the confusion. I was uninformed with the format. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed what was a very entertaining single race finale. Thank you all so much for watching. For those of you watching on the Scorpio Esports channel, be sure to tune in next Saturday. We will be live from the Red Bull Ring, ironically, for Scorpio Super Formula Round 8, I believe. So be sure to tune into that. Thank you all so much. I have been TNR Blade. Thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.